What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before I even get started, it's always so freaking hot up here. Like, I can't even calm the nerves. Too much going on here. Inhale. But anyway, guys, as I was saying, welcome back. Today's just gonna be more of like a sit down Sunday, talk, chill, kind of just speak my mind. If you guys saw the title, we're pretty much gonna be talking about this in a second. It's kind of hiding. I'll show you guys in a little bit. But anyway, the main point of this video today was to just talk about my, I guess, first tattoo experience. And I'm gonna say first tattoo experience because I'm gonna talk about my first tattoo. And I don't know if a lot of you guys know. If you guys do follow me on Instagram, you guys might be kind of updated on like what's going on with the tattoos here. But I also did get a second tattoo. And it's only a month and a half after my first one. But I'll show you the B-roll footage real quick of my tattoo. And let me just say before we go any further, I always admired like people with tattoos. I thought that it was just like so badass. And I remember bringing up getting a tattoo, just kind of playing with the idea with my dad one day. I think it was in like intermediate or high school probably. I was like, Dad, what if I got a tattoo? And he's like, no, you will not get tattoo or you will join gang. He always, I guess, the old Asian, I guess, mindset, or I mean not just Asian, but I guess a lot of people that are like a little more old school, as well as coming from like an Asian background. A lot of people from like Asian families, there's that, I guess, connotation or idea that if you get a tattoo, I guess you'll like you're it's gang affiliated. But that's totally not the case. Like these days, I'm pretty sure we all know it's all about art. Yeah, let me just roll up my sleeve real quick. I can kind of show you guys, or you guys can kind of see how it would look if you guys saw me in like a tank top, which I pretty much never wear tank tops, but maybe I should now that I have tattoos. We'll see. But anyway, now that you guys can see my arm and my tattoos, I kind of want to go over, I guess, the process of how everything just happened in general. The first clock tattoo, I thought about this idea for like years. So, like, this is the one tattoo that I knew that I freaking wanted. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. No. Is my dad still against me getting tattoos? Probably. Does he ignore the fact that I have tattoos? Yeah, probably. But the first tattoo basically is a lotus flower with a clock and my birth date. Very simple. Clocks, a lot of people get clocks, I know, but this is very personalized. I mean, it's my birthday, time I was born. I'm gonna be honest, the lotus flower wasn't my idea, but when I went into my consultation, my artist mentioned that I should not just get a clock because it would just be like a piece just like kind of sitting there, nothing to round it out. And he was right. Like, imagine just having like a circle, or almost, you know, kind of like a circle, just on you, and then that's it. Like, it wouldn't look as good or aesthetically pleasing. So the flower really did round it out, and the lotus flower is, you know, an Asian flower, so it's, you know, still very Asian themed. For my first tattoo session, I went for the consultation and I booked my appointment. Now the problem is that my tattoo artist that I'm probably gonna go to again, just because I think he's really great. He only works Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and then I have a Monday through Friday work schedule. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna make this work? And he said, you know what, you can come in after work. We can do it all overnight. Whatever you gotta do to get it done, we'll do it. I'll stay overnight. I can tattoo until 5, 6 in the morning if we have to. So I was like, shoot, okay, let's do it. Put it down the down payment, book the date, and I booked it for a Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And let me just tell you guys, all right, biggest mistake ever. And let me just give you guys one major pointer. Do not get tattooed after a full day of work. It sucks. It honestly just sucks. And I honestly wanted to vlog when I got my first tattoo and even my second one. But the thing that you guys have to understand is that when you're getting tattooed, your mind is like in a different place. Like you have to focus on making it through that session. The last thing that I want to be doing when I'm getting tattooed is being like, hey guys, you know, getting tattooed. Like, it's not like that casual. Like, it does hurt to some degree. Not to say that, you know, I hate the pain. It's like a, which I'll talk about in a little bit too. But it's just nothing. It's just something that I have to do on my own. It's like one of those things that you just gotta do on your own. Keep it personal. Maybe as I get more experience with getting tattoos, I'll vlog for you guys and actually show you guys, I guess, the process and stuff. But sized everything on my arm until, you know, it seemed like it'd be a good fit. And after we sized out the clock and everything, my tattoo artist printed it out. And what I didn't realize is that my tattoo artist is very old school in the sense that he would trace. I thought, like, it's 2019. I thought that a lot of people would use like a printer to like print out the stencil for your tattoo. But my tattoo artist, what he did was he had to trace over the paper of like my tattoo onto like the stencil that would stick onto my arm, if that makes any sense. So by the time I actually started tattooing, it was like 9 o'clock, and keep in mind that I wasn't in my most energetic state of mind. Like, I had a full day of work, but my adrenaline was still pumping. I was excited. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And honestly, like, getting the outside of your arm is like, it's pretty candy compared to like other. I mean, I have like a little bit of like very close to like armpit work done. The ditch of my elbow. I'll talk about that in a little bit too. So I'm pretty much getting tattooed the first like 3 or 4 hours, easy peasy. I thought it'd be more sore than like, a lot of people online, they make it, in my opinion, seem more than what it really is. I know that the arm or the outer arm is like the most painless place to get a tattoo. So the first 4 hours went well, and the way I could best describe it is like little needles, like kind of just going like that, very very fast. And it feels like scratching a sunburn. Like, imagine just like scratching a sunburn constantly with like a fingertip. That's what it feels like. It's not honestly that bad. It's just more irritating than like extremely painful, just because it's so repetitive. But yeah, fast forward to around like 2 or 3 o'clock, the final hours of the tattoo. Like, I was dying. Like, imagine, it felt like torture, honestly. And this is why I say never again will I get tattooed overnight if I don't have to. Like, honestly, if I were trying to torture someone, this would be like a number one way to torture someone. Imagine like, and I remember I was falling asleep just because I was so tired. I remember I was just like kind of falling asleep and dozing off, but a constant pain of scratching. And as you get further into your session, honestly, I feel like it gets more painful, especially after you're like, I don't know, scientifically, like your adrenaline starts dying down. And by the time I left the tattoo shop, it was already like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I had to work the next day. So I had like 2 hours of sleep. Went to work. Obviously, I got sick because my immune system was so low. My arm's trying to heal. As far as the healing process went, though, what I did was I used this thing. I'll show you guys a picture. I'll pop it up real quick. It's called Saniderm. Basically, what it is, it's like a second layer of skin. So all I had to do was like leave that thing on for like, I left it on for like, my artist told me 6 days. And of course it got gross. Like, all the plasma, the blood, the ink, kind of all just kept my tattoo very moist though. But it healed very nicely. The touch-up session was like 20 minutes long. So yeah, that's the story of my first tattoo. Fast forward a month and a half later, maybe 2. I'm not too sure, but I somehow was just driving to work, and I heard on the radio that there was gonna be a tattoo expo coming to Hawaii, and I was like, holy shit. So a little impulsively, but I always wanted to get this tattoo as well, I booked my shit. I got my tattoo. The thing about the tattoo expo though is that it's a little harder to have a consultation through text. So all I did was kind of describe in words what I wanted. I told the person booking me, I want to get a Hannya mask, very serious, nothing goofy. I was just gonna trust my tattoo artist to roll with it, and honestly, she killed it. I love like the clashing design. You can obviously tell like 2 people tattooed. 2 different people tattooed me. But the way that it kind of blends, it still has a very like nice blend to it. It's kind of like a yin and yang, different kind of style. This tattoo is still in the process of healing. It's a week and 2 days old. I always thought Hannya masks were sick if executed properly. I feel like there's a lot of Hannya masks that look kind of ridiculous, but I wanted a very serious, badass one. And I think this one's pretty badass. I'm pretty happy with it. On the back side, I have a chrysanthemum, which is another Asian flower. Yeah, as far as like getting the bicep done, as well as the ditch of my inner arm and like up to my armpit, that is way more sore than getting this outer arm tattoo. This one freaking hurt. It was pretty bad. And the thing is that like it's hard to explain because getting tattooed so far from my experience, I've only had about like what, 15 hours of experience. As weird as this freaking sounds, guys, okay? As weird as it sounds, I like the pain in the sense that it kind of makes you just like reflect, or at least me personally. Like when you're getting tattooed, the only thing you can do is sit there and lay there. So why not just have like a meditative self-reflection session while jamming music in your ears? Like it's honestly, it's very uncomfortable, yet it's very like, I can't, very calming for the mind. It sounds kind of stupid, but I'm pretty sure if you guys did ever get tattooed, you guys can kind of relate to that. It's odd. It's an odd experience. Very interesting. And what's funny is that I thought getting tattooed on my bicep would be like very easy and comfortable, just because I'd have to just lay there on the table and get it tattooed. But holy shit, like my hand got numb so many times, just because like when your artist is kind of pushing down on your arm as well as when you're lying down, it's a very odd angle. It cuts off the blood circulation, so my hand got numb as fuck. Like it was so numb, and I had to take breaks like every like hour to just like shake my arm and get blood back to my hands. And that was like, honestly, that was like the most uncomfortable part of the experience, is getting, you know, that sunburn feeling while getting a numb hand. Oh, and another thing, getting tattooed at an expo is a lot different than getting tattooed like in a shop. Just because everyone's just out and about, there's people watching you, people that you don't know are taking video of you. Well, not really of you, but more of like your arm, the artist. But the camera's still pointing in your direction. It's not as comfortable as getting it in a tattoo shop. It's honestly not. But I mean, I really appreciate that I, push myself to, get that done and have that experience, because it's not every day you could, get tattooed from an artist that's not from here. But yeah, for the healing process for this tattoo, oh my god, it was so bad. So I got tattooed on a Friday, and for that whole weekend, which was last weekend, I literally kept my arm straight. Literally, I did not bend my arm for 2 days straight. And even on the third day, it was sore. It was sore. Like imagine keeping your arm straight. Try living with your arm straight for like 3 days. It freaking sucks. And then the healing, the peeling, it's gross. Like, compared with Sanaderm, all the peeling happened underneath, and I kind of missed all of that. But just having to like rub ointment on your peeling skin, it's just really gross. Like, you don't want to see that. Like, there's minimal peeling, like it's just finishing up, but when it was really peeling, that was disgusting, and it was still sore. And yeah, healing is way worse than getting tattooed. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that is like my 15 or so hours of tattoo experience. If you guys ever do get tattooed, let me just give you guys some pointers. My first pointer, know what you guys want to get. Like, I mean, that's kind of obvious, but sometimes people think they know what they want, and then they get it, and then they regret it. So make sure you really think about it and know what you want when you get a tattoo. Like, this shit's permanent. I mean, you know that already, but let me just reiterate, because yeah, I don't know what people think sometimes, so I'm just gonna leave it out there. My second pointer, for those of you guys who are ever planning to get tattooed, is just find an artist that you like. Not just because they're popular or your friend goes to them. Pick an artist that you like when you see their work. Like, go on Instagrams, look at their work. If you like their work, chances are you'll like the work that they do for you. Like, especially when I was trying to choose my artist for the tattoo expo, just because there's like hundreds of artists that go there. What I did was I looked at every single Instagram that was available to me, and I didn't go by like the artist that was the most popular, or like the celebrity artist. I mean, one day I might if I really get deep into the tattoo game, I'm probably gonna want to get one from a celebrity artist. But even if they're artists that I thought did crazy work, it wasn't to my style that I'm trying to go for on my arm. So I purposely took the time, and I took around 2 weeks to decide who I wanted, and I reached out to a bunch of artists to see if they'd want to take on the project. But I went with the one that would that I felt like would do the best job to what I wanted. And you're gonna hear about this tip too, guys. Make sure you guys eat, drink a lot of water. Obviously, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You will get the shakes, and I honestly got the shakes my first tattoo. I didn't mention that before, but I was just so tired from work, and it was 4 in the morning at the end of my session. I could feel my body like shaking, like literally. It was a very uncomfortable experience. And my last tip, guys, which I feel like is the most important of all my tips, just from a YouTuber's perspective, is tell your artist what you want when you decide, what you want and who you're gonna go to. Tell them what you want, but after that, let the artist, if they take on or decide to take on your project, let the artist do their shit. Let the artist take your idea and kind of play with it. Every tattoo artist is an artist. The word artist is in there, and they know ultimately like what looks aesthetically pleasing, And I feel like when an artist, you know, or anybody is invested into their work, and not even, you know, just when it comes to tattoos, but just in general, like the quality of work and just the passion for it is a lot stronger, and it makes artists really excited, you know, to do their projects. But yeah, basically what I was trying to say was just don't micromanage. Like, just don't tell your tattoo artist, like, oh, you know, I want a line here, line there, do this, do that. Like, let them do their thing, and I promise you guys, like, it'll look nice. Anyway, guys, I feel like this video is just long enough of just me ranting and talking. Honestly, I was talking to the camera for like a good like 5 minutes by myself. My camera stopped recording, my battery died. But anyway, guys, as always, thank you guys so much for hanging. I appreciate all the support. We just hit 2K like not too long ago, so I appreciate you guys watching the videos. I know I haven't been doing a lot of gaming stuff, but I'm just waiting, guys. There's like nothing out right now, so I'm waiting for the new COD. We're probably gonna be doing Monster Hunter Iceborne. Pretty hyped for that. But this is a tattoo video, so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and just letting me talk, rant with you guys, chill, sit down Sunday, chill vibes. Thank you so much. Have a good day or night, whenever you're watching this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging, guys. Shoots!